The link arrived at 2:17 a.m., at that strange hour when the world feels suspended between yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's hopes. Arman stared at his phone, the glow cutting through the darkness of his small apartment. He hadn't been expecting a message from anyone, let alone from an unknown number. There was no text, just the link. He almost ignored it, almost. But something about it felt intentional, not random, not spam. It lingered on his screen as if it was waiting for him, like a door slightly open in an otherwise locked hallway. He tapped it. The video began with static, the kind that hummed softly like distant rain. Then it cleared, revealing a street. His street. Arman leaned forward, his breath catching. The cracked pavement, the flickering streetlight, the old tea stall at the corner. It was all unmistakably his neighborhood. The camera moved slowly, as if someone was walking, and stopped right in front of his building. His chest tightened. The video ended abruptly. He pulled the phone away, his pulse racing. It had to be a coincidence. Maybe someone had filmed the area. Maybe it was just nothing. But deep down, he knew better. His phone buzzed again. Another link. This time, he hesitated longer. His thumb hovered over the screen, trembling slightly. He told himself he wouldn't open it, that it was ridiculous. Then he tapped. The video opened to the inside of a room. His room. The same worn-out sofa, the same books scattered across the table, the same half-empty cup of tea sitting beside his laptop. The camera angle was wrong, though. It wasn't from his perspective. It was from the corner near the ceiling, a place where no camera existed. Or at least no camera he knew of. He stood up abruptly, his chair scraping loudly against the floor. His eyes darted around the room, scanning every inch, every shadow. The walls felt closer now, as if they were leaning in, watching him. "This isn't funny," he whispered, though there was no one there to hear him. His phone buzzed again. A third link. His hands were shaking now, but he opened it anyway. This time the video showed him, sitting on his bed, watching his phone. The timestamp in the corner matched the current time. Arman dropped the phone as if it had burned him. His breath came in short, sharp bursts. This wasn't possible. It couldn't be. He stumbled back, his mind racing, trying to make sense of it. Was someone watching him? Was there a hidden camera? Or worse? He picked up the phone again, his fingers numb. The unknown number had sent a message this time. "Do you remember?" His throat went dry. "Remember what?" Another message appeared before he could respond. "Go outside." Arman froze. Every instinct screamed at him not to lock the doors, to call someone, to pretend none of this was happening. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. It pulls at you even when you know it might destroy you. He found himself grabbing his jacket, his movements slow and uncertain. The hallway outside his apartment was eerily quiet, the fluorescent lights buzzing faintly overhead. Each step echoed louder than it should have, as if the building itself was aware of his presence. When he stepped outside, the night air hit him like a cold wave. The street was empty. Too empty. The tea stall was closed, its usual chatter replaced by silence. The streetlight flickered, casting uneven shadows that danced across the pavement. His phone buzzed again. "Walk." He swallowed hard and took a step forward, then another. Each movement felt like a choice he couldn't undo.
"Stop!"
He stopped. "Look left." He turned his head slowly. At first he saw nothing, just the quiet street stretching into darkness. Then he noticed it, a figure, standing under the dim light, barely visible, like a silhouette carved out of shadows. Arman's heart pounded against his ribs. "Who are you?" he called out, his voice unsteady. The figure didn't move. "Why are you doing this?" No answer. His phone buzzed again. "Go to him." A chill ran down his spine. "No," he whispered. The phone buzzed again, more urgently this time. "Go." Something inside him shifted. Fear, yes, but also something else. A strange, unexplainable pull. He started walking. The closer he got, the clearer the figure became. It was a man, about his height, wearing clothes that looked familiar, too familiar. Arman stopped a few feet away. The man stepped forward into the light. Arman's breath caught. It was him, not exactly as he was now, but as he had been. A few years younger, eyes brighter, shoulders less burdened. "What is this?" Arman whispered. The other him smiled softly, but there was sadness in it. You forgot, he said.
Forgot what?
The younger version of himself looked around, then back at him. Who you were. Arman shook his head. This isn't real. It is, the other him replied gently. More real than you've been in a long time. Arman felt something crack inside him. I don't understand. You used to dream, the younger him said. You used to believe things would change. That you would change them. Arman looked away. That was a long time ago. Was it? The question hung in the air, heavy and accusing. Arman clenched his fists. Life doesn't work like that. Things happen. People change. Or they give up, the younger him said quietly. The words hit harder than he expected. I didn't give up, Arman snapped, though his voice lacked conviction. Then what did you do? Arman opened his mouth to answer, but nothing came out. Memories flooded his mind. The plans he had made, the promises he had broken, the chances he had let slip away because it was easier to stay where he was than to risk failure. I was tired, he said finally. The younger him nodded as if he understood. I know, but being tired isn't the same as being finished. Arman felt his eyes sting. I don't know how to go back, he admitted. You don't, the younger him said. You go forward, but you carry the right things with you this time. The streetlight flickered again, and for a moment the world seemed to blur. Why now? Arman asked. Why are you showing me this now? The younger him smiled, and this time it felt different, lighter, 'cause you were about to forget completely. Arman's chest tightened, and I couldn't let that happen. Silence settled between them, but it wasn't empty. It was full of everything Arman had been avoiding. What do I do? He asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The younger him stepped closer, placing a hand on his shoulder. The touch felt real, warm. You start again. Before Arman could respond, the light flickered one last time, and the younger him was gone. Arman stood alone in the quiet street, his heart still racing. His phone buzzed. He looked down. The chat was gone. No messages, no links, no trace of anything that had just happened. He stared at the empty screen for a long moment. Then slowly he took a deep breath. The night felt different now. Not less quiet, but less heavy. Like something had shifted inside him. He looked around, taking in the familiar surroundings with new eyes. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel stuck. He felt possible. Arman turned and began to walk, not because a message told him to, but because he chose to. And as he disappeared into the night, there was a quiet, undeniable sense that this time he wouldn't forget.